Hi, everybody. This is Corey from Path of Friendship, and this here is Bodhi. And thanks for tuning in to Mindful Mutt Moments. Going to be doing a series of these, just short live videos on connecting with our dogs during these really stressful times. And they have been. I mean, this is unprecedented times. In my lifetime, I don't remember anything like this, and I'm sure most of you have never experienced anything like this. So our stress levels are high, our anxiety is high, and we're not the only ones who are feeling it. Our dogs are feeling it as well. This here's Bodhi. And so I want to take a few moments to begin with how to connect them and experience life with them on their level. So not only can we help ourselves relax more, but we're going to help them relax more. And even if it's just a few minutes of sort of a way of just decompressing, this is something that I do daily, and I figured why not share it with all of you as well. I've been studying mindfulness since I was in my late teens, so we're talking over 40 years ago, and I've been working with dogs since the early 80s. So, and part of the reason that I got into working with dogs and mindfulness is that they're really not separate things. They're very connected. Dogs really are very focused on what's happening in the present, which is really what mindfulness really is. Our brains, we tend to look a lot at what's going to happen in the future or remembering what's happening in the past, and we have a little narrow band of what's happening now. Whereas our dogs have the opposite experience. Their main focus is on what's going on around them. They live really in an experiential domain. And so what really serves us is when we're stressed is to become much more comfortable and to join with them on these in that experience. So every time I'm up here, we're going to have different ways of doing it. But today we're just going to sort of start just with some basics. So the most important thing with mindfulness is just to bring everything down and center in and feel what's going on. And we usually like to start with our breath. And so what I want you to do is take a deep breath in and just let it out slowly. And when we do that, we're going to just notice how it feels. I'm not going to say that was a good breath, that was a bad breath, I did this correctly, I did it incorrectly. We're just going to breathe in, and whenever we want to, we're going to let it out nice and slowly and just allow it to ourselves to experience how it feels. Our dogs are doing this all the time anyway. What we're going to do, in addition to the breathing, is if you have your dog with you now, this is a good time to get them here. If they're not with you now, don't force them. This should happen in very natural. Anytime we get into trying to control our dogs to join this, we've lost the connection. So if they're with you and you're in a position to sit next to them and pet them, great. If not now, try it another time. But we're going to take another deep breath in, and we're also going to pet our dogs nice and slowly. So take a deep breath in, let it out slowly, and notice how it feels in your body, the breath. But we're going to add one thing to that. We're going to notice how our dog feels underneath our hand as we pet them. You know, so often we do things mindlessly. We're sitting, we're watching television, or we're speaking to somebody, and our dogs are next to us, and we're petting them, and we're aware we're petting them, but we don't notice everything that's going on. So here, when you pet your dog, and just do it nice and slow, I want you to really pay attention to how they feel, the textures, the different muscle tone, the way their skin all feels underneath your palm. It's quite fascinating. And really focus just on that. And again, we're not here to evaluate it and saying, I like this feeling or I don't like those feelings. Let's put those aside for just a moment. Just experience how it feels. So just take a moment And to breathe in and breathe out. And let's just experience how our dogs feel underneath. See, this is our dog's realm of existence. Bodhi here is not really thinking about what's going to happen later today or what may happen next week. He's not thinking about what happened earlier when my other dog stole his cookie from him. He doesn't really think about that. He's experiencing this. He's hearing my voice. He's feeling my touch. The other sounds in the air. It's all like a big symphony that's happening, and he's immersed in it and engaged with it. His mind isn't drifting off to some foreign place. And for us to really connect with our dogs, we have to join them at that level. And that's really what mindfulness basically is. It's not really about sitting in fancy postures or taking our consciousness to higher planes. If anything, it's about getting rid of all that and just being real now. And when we can do it with our dogs and we can share this moment, not only do we decompress, they decompress and they begin to feel much calmer. Because this emotional contagion, that is a very real thing. When we're stressed, they're stressed. When we're relaxed, they're relaxed. A lot of my work, I deal with dogs who have had horrible experiences in their lives. And most of my career has been focused on dogs with anxieties and phobias and fears and all the different ways they manifest themselves. And connecting with our dogs is the most important thing that we can do at that point. Not about training or control. It's really about connection. And not only does it help them, it helps us. It's a mutually beneficial relationship, and it has to be that way. There can't be winners or losers. There has to be this bond, this interwoven bond of equality and connection for everybody to feel better. And this is the time to really start to practice it. So take a few moments and just enjoy being with your dog. It doesn't have to be an activity, it doesn't have to be a training exercise. It just can be a moment of connection, just this mindful moment together. So let's just take a moment, take another deep breath in. Let it out slowly. Just take a moment to just experience our dogs the way they are as they experience us. So we're going to be joining here again often. And because as I mentioned, I do this daily with my dogs in various forms. We'll be doing various kinds of massage techniques on them. Nothing fancy, no therapeutic massage. It's just sort of relaxation type of things. Even maybe we'll take to going outside and doing some mindful walking. If you want to learn more, please visit my blog at pathoffriendship.com. And there's a lot of interesting articles on there, and some of them are about this type of connection. And hope to see you again next time. And thanks for tuning in. And we'll see you next time. Thanks now. Bye.